like I guess the argument is that SBD is the one this is their ad. They literally turned down a fucking DraftKings partnership because they didn't want any other logos in the background. So I mean, that's another criticism. You didn't hear that from me.
I didn't know that, but this
Yeah.
is this is
Well, you
like
do now. You do now. That's the craziest fucking. Now, I heard that it wasn't just them. I heard the IPF got involved in shutting that down. So story time. I guess we'll tell this story. Fuck it. I was there. I was the one who came up with it. So I send an email to DraftKings. I'm like, hey, I've got this thing I'm working on. Blah blah blah. I'm just curious. Like, what can we do? Like, what? How does it work? I'm just curious. This guy, within like minutes, fires back to me, goes, yeah, absolutely. We love new ideas. We always want to do new ideas. We have an open door policy at DraftKings, blah, blah, blah. So this guy gets me on a Zoom and we talk and talk and talk and talk. We talk for like an hour and a half. And he's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. This is so cool. Like we actually have a lot of free time here because they only work with like major sports and stuff. And so like they have a lot of like opportunities and stuff. So they're like, yeah, we can't do sports betting just yet because of the regulations, but we can do a free to play contest for you. And so a free to play contest is basically we put up a prize pool and then you have to answer like 10 questions about Momo, Momo, stop.
cat cameo.
He's
Always
fucking
good for the
mattress. Oh, is that my charger or my mattress?
cat intermission.
No, oh, never mind. We're fine. He's playing with the cord. That's fine. I'd rather him play with the cord than my mattress. Um. Anyway, cat meow, cat meow. Don't look at me like that. Okay. Anyway, um, like I was saying, get me back on track. I was talking
It was
about
the DraftKings guy who you
oh
had
the
on.
back story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So uh, we email back and forth, we correspond. They want to set up this thing. It's expensive to set up, but it'd be well worth it. So basically, you set up this thing, you pay, um, and then it gets to. So he fires me one day. He's like, it's been maybe a couple days between emails. He fires me out. He goes, "Hey, would you be interested in streaming DraftKings? We're still coming out with our own network that we want to stream on." I'm like, yeah, duh. So we go back and forth. We talk about it, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna be in Chicago. Let's have a meeting." So I immediately like contact PA. I'm like, "We've got this crazy opportunity. Blah blah blah. Do you want to come?" So we go out. We go to the city. We have this meeting, and we meet with the DraftKings people. We talk. It was a great meeting. A little bit of a goofy meeting for sure, but we had this meeting and everything went pretty well. And so in the meeting, they asked us, "Hey, what's your premier event?" And we're like, "Well, right now it's Sheffield." Now this was me in the beginning of the Pro Duel stuff. So the Pro Duel didn't even really exist, so I'm not pitching them the Pro Duel. So I pitched them Sheffield, and that's my biggest regret is not just continuing to. I could have easily gone down the line with the Pro Duel stuff, and it would have changed powerlifting forever. I will regret that forever because had it been a DraftKings partnership on the DraftKings network, the Pro Duel streamed there, I would have been able to line everything up correctly. And so because I wasn't able to line everything up, it kind of just it all fizzled. And so I'm like, I was just doing it for the good of powerlifting. I'm like, hey, like let's, I thought it was a great opportunity. Hey, I'm going to give this event to, we're going to give this event to SBD. SBD is going to love this. Oh my gosh, a big company getting involved with powerlifting. Turns out that just wasn't the case.
Mm,
Uh, and so actually, anyway,
mm.
so we get done with all that. They send me a follow up email. I forward that email over to the people in charge. Dude, I get so, and that's when I'll give them some credit. Basically, that's when the CBS Sports deal was going down, and so at the same time as they were doing CBS Sports, this was happening, and so CBS Sports. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, great, CBS Sports, no big deal." but it turns out that the CBS Sports deal was a whack deal, and they paid for airtime, and it was nuts. Yeah, that's the basic story of how we almost got a DraftKings sponsorship in powerlifting, and it got killed. And that's another. I mean, obviously, that's my big gripe about that. So because of that, I really after that whole situation, I'm like, yo, I'm out. Like, I'll go do my own thing. Like, you guys clearly don't know. And I'm very supportive of Powerlift America and the IPF, because they're going to be like governing a lot of the local level competition type stuff and the international stuff. But as far as like the pro stuff, there's no path forward in terms of professional. I mean, this isn't going to be like soccer where people are going to want to like rah for their country. It's not that type of sport. I don't think. But anyway, that's that story.